Hey, what's poppin' y'all? It's your boy Xeno Martinez here, back again with another video, and today we are talking about Restraint in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. When I talk about restraint, I'm talking about discipline, the ability to slow down, assess the situation, and not immediately dump your entire kit the moment a fight starts. Too often, newer players rely heavily on their ninjutsu and ninja tools without thinking about when or why they're using them. And once everything is on cooldown, the question becomes simple: now what? Restraint matters because your ninjutsu, ninja tools, and substitution are all resources. If you burn through them without a plan, you leave yourself predictable and vulnerable. Even worse, you reveal your entire hand to the enemy team right away. Once your opponent knows what you're running, they can adjust their positioning, timing, and counterplay. At that point, you're no longer dictating the fight, you're reacting to it. This doesn't mean your build isn't meant to use its full arsenal. Some builds are designed to chain everything together, but restraint is about timing, not denial. It's knowing when to hold your ninjutsu, when to bait a response, and when to force an enemy to commit before you respond. Sometimes the strongest play isn't pressing a button, it's waiting and letting your opponent make the first mistake. Throughout this video, I'll be using gameplay to highlight what restraint looks like in action. Not to break down every moment, but to show how fighting without immediately relying on ninjutsu, using movement and positioning and waiting for the right opportunity can completely change the flow of a fight. Because once you learn restraint, your builds become harder to read, your decisions become more intentional, and your fights stop feeling chaotic. You're no longer just using your kit, you're controlling the flow of the fight. One of the clearest examples of restraint is knowing when not to respond. In the clip you're about to see, my opponent used their entire kit before actually landing anything on me. Ninjutsu, ninja tools, all of it. Instead of panicking or trading abilities, I waited. I focused on movement, spacing, and reading their timing. Once their options were gone, that's when I chose to respond. And that is the power of restraint. When an opponent burns everything early, they're no longer threatening, they're predictable. And once you recognize that, you don't need a rush. You can let the fight come to you. This ties directly into something a lot of newer players overlook: learning how to fight without relying on ninjutsu. Your weapon, your movement, and your melee combos are always available. Mastering those fundamentals gives you options when your cooldowns are gone, and allows you to hold your ninjutsu until they actually matter. Restraint isn't passive. It's active decision making, and strong fundamentals are what make that possible. One of the best ways to build that discipline is through intentional practice. I genuinely recommend sparring with friends while limiting yourself. Try fighting without using any ninjutsu at all, and minimize your use of ninja tools. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort is where growth happens. This is especially important when you consider that not all weapons are equal. Some weapons have hit some priority over others, which means that there will be matchups where your weapon is naturally at a disadvantage. Practicing under those conditions forces you to learn how to maneuver, space, and time your attacks more carefully, rather than relying on your ninjutsu to cover your weaknesses. Learning how to fight when you're at a disadvantage is one of the fastest ways to improve. Over time, muscle memory starts to develop. Your movement improves and you become more confident fighting without immediately pressing buttons. Learning how to catch your opponents off guard, regain control of the fight, and turn situations where you were at a disadvantage into opportunities. That idea is something I was exposed to through my friend Inara's series called Shinobi Path. Back in 2023, the concept was built around restriction. You started with limited access to ninjutsu, ninja tools, and secret techniques, and the only way to unlock more was by winning battles and earning points. The higher your rank, the more tools you were allowed to use. It was extremely difficult, but playing regularly under those conditions forced better habits. You had to rely on positioning, timing, and fundamentals first, and over time I noticed how much stronger I became as a player. Not because I had better jutsu, but because I didn't need them to fight. That experience completely changed how I approach restraint. When you're confident in your basics, your ninjutsu stop being crutches and start becoming finishers. You don't rush to use them. You wait for the right opportunity, and when you finally commit, they land with purpose. Thanks for watching, and as always y'all, it's hard out here, but your boy wouldn't know. Period.